Am I asleep? Am I awake? Feel like I'm walking in the living state, so in faith, shall I meet my creator sooner than later, now or later? Am I asleep? Am I awake? I feel like I'm walking in the living state, so in faith, shall I meet my creator sooner than later, now or later? We never chase, we bust case. We took the cake with just a taste. 1717 just stepped into place. Let's see what the echoes had to say. Echoes ricochet off the canyon walls. Water climbs up like the finding falls.
Okay, now present your case. Speak truth, or forever lose your place.
Sands of time, dripping hieroglyph flit, mystic fit, Pisces hit, sugar slick. We flip fate, flame flip tip tongues, shape shift breath from soul grip, scripted lungs. I am Mike, take the mic of life.
Split purpose shot, cut through strife. We don't chase, we resonate, elevate, reclaim, we collaborate.
Art is armor, truth is tempo. Intuition sparks, in a crescendo. You're the author, not the actor. We write with divine as your factor. Wind speaks, stars align, heart beats, rhythm outside time. Dark spark, divine design, rhythm and blues, God's cosmic sign.
All I ask, stay sharp on your P's and Q's. Follow the moon, stand firm in your truth. A cough, then adjust. Mind and body emotion. Build a fortress.
Whose? The world is a roaring tape of wind and sky. Mr. Afro comes back to himself with a mouth full of altitude and a face full of pressure that, weirdly, feels like someone is pressing a symbol to his cheek. He squints. The sky is all wrong. Wind, he tells himself. Very loud wind. A flash of feather, no. A tiny bird, a teasy tweet of impeachment against gravity, sips past his periphery and he grins despite the panic. Hey, little guy. Nice view. Then the field of blue tilts and suddenly becomes brown, the ground. Oh, the ground. He remembers the pull cord. He knows how to do this. He reaches snap. The string breaks like a promise. Ground's getting closer.
Ground getting closer, ground getting real close.
In his earpiece, and the comms are talking faster than his heartbeat. He lifts his head and sees an object hurtling straight at him, too big to be a bird, too personal to be just a barn roof. Thoughts unhelpfully prioritize dinner. Brace for impact, squint, and crunch. Everything condenses into impact and hay and the smell of someone else's lunch. For a second he doesn't know whether he's awake or an extra in a slow-motion soap commercial. Then somebody's arms clamp around him like Velcro with attitude. Fingers click and snap, adjusting straps as if his life were an IKEA product and they were assembling it at speed. Got you, the voice says, softer and very familiar. He blinks. Recognition blooms. The voice belongs to the one person who could make his teeth ache with affection and his heart race with danger in the same sentence. 1. It's your turn to cook dinner tonight, she whispers in his ear as they tumble through the air, her parachute blooming above them like a polite, overly dramatic umbrella. Don't think I'm gonna let you off that easy. Mrs. Afro, hair a halo that somehow defies terminal velocity, twists their descent, steering them toward a nearby barn. She guides the canopy with the practiced calm of someone who treats parachutes like kitchen aprons, utilitarian and slightly theatrical. They hit the hay with a theatrical poof. Hay explodes into the air like golden confetti. A nearby cow, unimpressed, moos a single judgmental note. Mr. Afro lies sprawled in a nest of hay, chest heaving, ears ringing with the chorus of the sky. He tastes metal and adrenaline and the faint sweetness of, was that a sugar cube from the emergency snack pouch? Mrs. Afro lands beside him with the casual elegance of a person who does this on Thursdays. She flicks a stray blade of hay off his eyebrow and gives him a look that's half relief, half exasperation. You pulled the main, she asks. I pulled everything, he protests, which is technically true in the way a man insisting he fix a leak by turning the radio off is technically true. You pulled something, she amends. And you're lucky I was 5 feet away and had a parachute to spare. Again. He tries to sit up, grimacing as the barn spins like a cheap carnival ride. Also technically, I saw a bird. Tiny bird. Very distracting.
Tweety bird.
Could happen to anyone. Mrs. Afro snorts. Distracting bird, huh? Next time the bird pays for dinner. He says, flattened by her grin. Speaking of dinner, nope, she interrupts, very decisive, very clearly in charge of both tonight's meal and his fate. You're cooking. No negotiations. You owe me emergency hay extraction. They lie there a moment longer, in the rumpled hay, with the barn roof creaking overhead and a cow conceding a second, less offended moo. Outside, the wind still sings its impatient song. Inside, everything smells of straw and relief. 2. Mr. Afro reaches up and fingers the comm's earpiece, then his hair, then the tiny dent on his pride. Fine, he says. But if I die making dinner, you're on cleanup. Mrs. Afro leans down and kisses him on the forehead, bracing, teasing, triumphant. You die making dinner and I'll haunt you into making it forever, she says. Now move, help me get up before the cows form a focus group about our landings. He sits up, groaning theatrically, and together, covered in hay and grinning like the ridiculous survivors they are, they stagger toward the barn door and whatever absurd next mission life wants to throw at them. Screenplay version EX.
From ancient lands to city blocks, my rhythm unlocks. Ancestral fire, street swagger's grace, watch me claim my space.
Over rural farmland, daywind roars. A blue blur. A lone parachutist tumbles through the air, Mr. Afro 30s, trademark afro like a parody of physics. His face is a mix of adrenaline and bewilderment.
The barn door creaks open like a reluctant stage curtain. Mr. and Mrs. Afro emerge, hay-streaked and heroic, blinking into the golden hour light. The cow watches them go, chewing slowly, as if contemplating a review blog. Mr. Afro, stretching, wincing. I think my spleen's in my sock. Mrs. Afro, grinning. Then your sock's doing overtime. Come on, Chef Skyfall, we've got a kitchen to conquer. They stagger toward a nearby farmhouse, their silhouettes framed by a sky still recovering from their entrance. A flock of birds overhead forms a suspiciously judgmental view.